By the way, there's about 400 churches and study groups throughout the world. And right now we have a man known as Ken Gordon. He's a minister up in Kelowna, British Columbia, thank you. Him and his wife co-minister up there, so he's Reverend Ken Gordon. He's also what we call our CSL, our Community Spiritual Leader. He's our big lead. He's the president of our organization, if you will, that kind of thing. He said something a while back, and I went, oh man, I gotta write that down. And that was for today. He said, if you want an expanded experience, you must have an expanded thought. And in order to get this bigger thought, you have to stop believing in the smaller one. So simple. If you want an expanded experience, you must have an expanded thought. And in order to get this bigger expanded thought, you have to stop believing in the smaller one. Okay, smaller, bigger, what do I mean? So here's just a couple of examples. The smaller thought might be, I don't have enough. Fill in your own blank. I don't have enough. The bigger thought might be something like, I'm grateful for all that, whatever you said over there, that I have. I don't have enough of that. The bigger thought would be, I'm grateful for all that I have. Right? So just it can be that simple to flip it. How many of you ever hear yourself with this small thought, oh, I'm terrible at...
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Richard's up there naming it. Handyman. That's funny. You know, here's one that I hear a lot of. I hear people say, oh, I'm terrible with names. I hear people say, oh, I'm terrible at math. Right? So we all have, everybody has them. Let me put a little parenthesis over here. I'm not talking about recognizing your limitations, because sometimes, it's like, hey, I'm just not very good at that. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the smaller thoughts that really aren't true. Okay, I'm terrible at such and such. Maybe the bigger thought would be, I enjoy such and such. Maybe you can't yet say I'm good at such and such, but I enjoy such and such. Is a bigger thought. We can just change it from a smaller thought to a bigger thought. And while we're doing it, let's have faith that something's happening. This is where the religion part comes in here. Let's have faith that this word that we're speaking, these thoughts that we're having, something's happening to them, or else why bother? And so what we're saying is that something's happening, that we're speaking our word into what we call spiritual law. It's just the way of saying the way God works, the way God operates. We're speaking our word and that responds back to us. We speak this thought, so let's deepen our faith in the meantime, that as I'm saying, I'm not good at, but I'm changing it to I enjoy doing that, to believe and have faith that something's going to change when I make that new thought. Doubt sabotages. Have you noticed? Doubting it sabotages. So if we are affirming a new and bigger thought, while at the same time kind of hanging on to the older, smaller thought, where's it going to go? The doubt that creeps in there is probably our biggest work as human beings. Is to release the doubt and replace it with faith. That's where our biggest work comes in. We can say all day long our new affirmation, I am abundant, but if something inside of us still says, yes, that's the doubt that creeps in. If something in me says, I am confident in who I am, but the little voice says, yeah, but you screwed that up. Hey, it happens. But we want to talk to that doubt. We want to talk to that doubt and say, is that true? That doubt might be an experience that I had, but that's not who I am. I'm an expression of the divine one. I'm an expression of the one mind. So we want to minimize that doubt and increase the faith. Thinking a better thought can be that too. Let me minimize this doubt and let me increase my ability to believe in a new truth. Or otherwise we keep sabotaging ourselves. So one of the first and simplest steps is to be aware of our mental meanderings. Sometimes we call it the monkey mind. Anybody have any monkey mind? And a lot of that is just the old junk. We've got to be aware of those mental meanderings. Replacing it with something better, a better thought. We must release the old one to create a new one. And last week I also told my answer to Ross that in our affirmations we are shooting for the ideal. We are shooting for the greatest ideal, but that doesn't mean we're going to get there in one nice rosy little affirmation. is not about wearing rose-colored glasses. And this is not about sticking our head in the sand. It takes some effort on our part. Boy, if I could just hand us all a pair of rose-colored glasses and say, put these on and your life would be fine, oh man, I would have done that day one. And I would be wearing 10 pair. I wish. I'd probably be more rich than I am. See, I carefully chose my word. More rich than I am. That's another talk. So we're shooting for the ideal. We might not get there immediately. So for instance, we might not get from feeling like we're lacking in money to all of a sudden feeling wealthy overnight. It's probably not going to happen that way, but we still want to affirm that abundance for ourselves. Whatever that word is, abundance, rich, wealthy, fill in your own blank. We want to affirm it. We're shooting for that ideal. Sometimes here's the tool that helps. What's the next best thought? So if I'm feeling lack of money, I may not be able to get all the way to saying I am abundant and prosperous and wealthy, because you're going to sabotage, right? What's the next best thought? Just that one little step up from feeling like I don't have enough. Maybe all my needs are met today. That's it. The next best thought. All my needs are met today. Or I'm willing to believe God is my source. I'm willing to believe God is my source. Just the next best thought that I can have. If I'm feeling sick, I might not be able to get all the way to healthy in one affirmation or one thought. I'm feeling sick. What's the next best thought that I can have? Maybe I choose to eat nutritious food today. Might be the next best thought I can have. Or, hey, I had good energy for 2 hours today. Thank you. You know, it's like priming your pump a little bit. What's the next best thought that I can have? If you can't get all the way there, you might just, I'm feeling really fearful today. I might not be able to get all the way to peace and freedom. That would be the goal. But what's the next best thought? From fear might just be, right now, right here, all is well. That may be the next best, because maybe I can't get all the way to thinking that everything is great in the bigger picture, but I can say right now, all is well. The place to start, of course, is with ourselves, because if we start talking about the planet, we can get really bogged down in thinking the big visionary changes we want to see on this world that works for everyone. Hey, sometimes it looks like we're a long way off. What's the next best thought I can have towards world peace? Toward a world that works for everyone? Right now I'm looking at the world and it's looking like that ain't very true. But I still want to affirm it. So how can I affirm it for me? When I'm feeling sad because of things I'm seeing going on in the world around me, and I'm feeling sad some days. I may not be able to get all the way to peace and freedom on that particular moment, but my next best thought is, there's a lot of people who I love and who love me. And that's good. The next best thought might be, let me think of all the wonderful people that I know. The people doing good on this planet. The people who would never hurt another human being. Let me think of those people. Are you with me on this? Yeah. The inherent possibility of peace and freedom must exist in the one source. It must exist. So we keep affirming that, to go back to Ross's question from last week. We keep affirming that it has to exist. And then we as an individual do our work one step at a time until we get there. Now here's one more little tool. We can also change our questions. So when we ask the questions, why is this happening to me? That's usually not the most productive question. Because then it gets us focusing on the ain't it awful stuff. So a better question would be, how would I love this to be? How would I love to be experiencing this? Whatever that is. And then put our imagination to, how would I love this experience to be instead? You see how the question just kind of uplifts you? Rather than the why is this happening, is how would I love to see this? How would I love to be experiencing this? I would love to be experiencing this as peace and freedom and health and abundance, right? So if we keep that, how would I love to be experiencing this? Now we use our meditation, we use our visualization, and we see it